Hello and hello and hello and hello. Checking in on folks. This is Shelter Radio, and I am here for I think the fourth day. It is the 24th of March, and we are still sheltering in place and have been sheltering in place for a while. So I hope that everyone is doing well out there and is maintaining safety and sanity as you are continuing to socially distance yourself. Um, we are trying to be socially distant without being socially indifferent, and so that is the reason for these daily check-ins. Uh, I am uh, I'm trying something a little bit different today. So today we're going out not on the normal Facebook Live feed, but instead on a feed that is going through the Facebook Creator app. So I hope that this works the way that it normally works. I'm not seeing folks showing up the way that they normally do, but maybe that'll change in a minute. And if not, then this will go out and it's just an experiment and we'll switch back to the old way. But I'm grateful for everybody kind of being here and for having a chance to listen in while I play. All right. It looks like, yep, someone is checking in. Grateful for that. Okay, so I've brought along a helper today, my daughter Maggie, and there's
Hi again.
Hello. And so there's a song that we're going to play that she taught me, and we're going to go ahead and give that. It's a song that I learned through you. Through you. Okay, and it's called, and you're welcome to sing along at home if you like. It's called Somebody's Knocking at Your Door. Do I have that right? There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door.
Knocks like Jesus.
Somebody's knocking at your door. Knocks like Jesus. Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door.
Can't you hear him?
Somebody's knocking at your door. Can't you hear him? Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. Can I get a hug? Thank you, Maggie. See you soon. Thank you. Okay, she's a bit shy, and that's okay. But thank you for helping. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for listening in. This is Shelter Radio. We're here every day at around 2 o'clock, so long as the spirit allows and as long as we're able to continue. Today, my son has a bit of a fever. We're monitoring him. He doesn't have any other symptoms, but he just has a slightly elevated temperature. So we've got him kind of staying in his room, playing a game called Prodigy on his Chromebook, and we're hoping that this is just something that he's prone to, which is to occasionally develop a fever and get rid of illnesses. And I'm hoping that this is not indicative of anything more than that. And so your prayers for my son Beckett are appreciated. The rest of us are fine. We're taking our temperature several times a day, but we all seem so far to be okay. All right, so I'm going to play a few songs and talk a little bit, and then we'll be back tomorrow at 2. Have to remember the song that I learned earlier today. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, walking in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights almost left me blind. Suitcases, memories, time after some time. You picture me, I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me, I can't hear what you said. And then you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. I'll do it better next time, I promise. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, you're calling to me, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The second hand don't lie. If you can look, you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Okay. The girl appears in open windows, hiding in shadows, awaken my fears, but not my nightmares. And I think her name is Mary, remembering the nights we went dancing to the tune of our misgivings. And in the distance, dogs were howling, and I think her name is Mary. Crepe paper Susan on a Tuesday slips on rain-soaked sidewalks. I never could take a real disasters, so I had to turn to Mary. The girl explains monsoon season. In the midst of apprehension, my soul washing rain away with ashes, and I'm sure her name is Mary. I know her well. So that was one of the first songs I have ever written, called The Girl Explains. And you'll notice some similarities between the first song that I played, or the Time After Time, and that song. And it's this this crazy chord that I became very enamored with when I was younger. And it's a C chord that has it's a C chord, right? You can't very much see. It's a C chord. This is a C chord, right? It's a C chord, but it's got your pinky cheats in there, and then your thumb comes around and does the bass note. And instead of sounding like this, which is a normal C chord, it sounds like this, which I just think is cool. And you can move it all the way up, which is what I did. And then if you drop the thumb, then the bass note does weird things too. So on that Time After Time, it goes like that, which is just fun. I have no idea what this chord is called because I don't know music. I do all this just faking it, but it's probably a major sus kind of doohickey thing. Major sus doohickey thing. You should name your band Major Sus Doohickey Thing. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all that I do: simple tricks, nonsense, and bar chords. Song called Kitchen Sinking. Up above the chimney tops, raven dodges water drops, and I am left to sweep and mop the kitchen all alone. And under Mona Lisa's eyes, a tear betraying her surprise, that once again I've led the lies that broke our happy home. No idea what that first chord is. A smile so sweet, pearly white, would surely comfort me tonight. The stars don't ever get that bright in the middle of this town. You look at me expectantly, but I rush on haphazardly till the halfway smile you've been giving me looks a lot more like a frown. Ha 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 ha. Dodges water drops, and I am left to sweep and mop the kitchen all alone. Yeah. So I mentioned a couple days ago that I haven't been playing very much music lately. And so what that means is that I'm rusty on everything. Um, I had a conversation with my friend Robert, who is a composer and a conductor of classical and sort of contemporary classical music. And one of the things that Robert mentioned that really resonated with me is that performing is like a muscle, and that if you don't constantly kind of work that muscle, it atrophies or it becomes a little flimsy and flabby. And that is very much the situation that I'm in right now. Is I have not been doing regular performances, so the tips of my fingers are all don't yet have the kind of nice thick calluses that make you kind of able to really hold chords on guitars for a long period of time. A lot of my instincts, which used to be very very sharp in terms of kind of where my hands were supposed to go next, they become kind of fumble fingered, and it's all made more augmented by the fact that when I look at myself in this screen, everything is backwards. So I move this way, and my hand moves the opposite way, which is just crazy to me, because I've never performed for a camera before. And so all of this is new. And I'm thankful for your indulgence and your patience, and for the fact that you still are showing up and saying nice things, because I'm kind of learning in public here. All right. I've got a couple more songs. And this one is a cover song. And a couple days ago, when I was doing one of these shelter radios, my old friend David Zeus Henderson popped in and mentioned a band that I had played with back in Atlanta many, many years ago. I guess more than 20 years ago now. And it was a band that featured David Henderson, Zeus Henderson, and Melanie Hammett, and Jason Neesmith, and Gerard McHugh, and myself as the kind of main players of it. But it was a band called Hey Zelda, and we did a mixture of original songs, and we also did some cover songs. And this was one of the covers that we did that I got to sing on, and it's an old favorite. And some of you who may be listening may remember the first time that you heard this song, or remember the first time that I made sure that you heard this song. Yeah. 2 dozen other dirty lovers must be a sucker for it. Cry, cry, but I don't need my mother. Just hold my hand while I come to a decision on it. Sooner or later your legs give way, you hit the ground. Save it for later, don't run away, let me down. Sooner or later you'll hit the deck, you'll get found out. Save it for later, run away and let me down, let me down. Black hair and 70s all rotten through, but what can you do? I don't know how I'm meant to act with all of you lots. Sometimes I don't try, then I just Sooner or later your legs give way, you hit the ground. Save it for later, then run away and let me down. Sooner or later you'll hit the deck, you'll get found out. Save it for later, don't run away, let me down, let me down. Run away, let me down. 2 dozen other stupid reasons why we should suffer for it. Don't bother trying to explain them. Just hold my hand while I come to our decision on it. Sooner or later, your legs give way, you'll hit the ground. Save it for later, don't run away, let me down. Sooner or later, you'll hit the deck, you'll get found out. Save it for later, run away and let me down. Let me down, let me down, run away and let me down. 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 Run away and Right, that was Sooner or Later. Save It for Later by English Beat. English Beat. Okay, all right. So I've got one more for today, and this is a song that I wrote with a really great musician, a bass player by the name of Thompson, and I have had great pleasure playing with Thad over the years, and he and I did an album together. That's a long time ago now. It would have been, it would have been in the mid to first couple of years of 2000, like maybe 2005, 2006, an album called Here Is the Postcard. And the idea of this song is a little strange. As we were kind of coming up with the music for this song, an idea came to me, and that was, what would happen, or what would it mean if the reason why everybody stuck to the ground was because the earth was in love with one particular person, and because the earth wanted to be as close as possible to that one particular person, we all got the benefit of not flying off into space. And so this song is called Specific Gravity. Spotting sunlight with the needle's eye, or something that has to do with how 1 and 1 is 2, but you can't say why. Did it fall to ruin? Did it stand at all? Are you convincing me that some strange geometry can break this fall? You're beautiful, and I know why. You're beautiful, and I am holding you to speak this silence. What I'd hope to say could bring us some symmetry, but mass and velocity have had their way now. You're beautiful, and I know why. You're beautiful, and I am holding you down. You're beautiful, and I know why. You're beautiful, and I am holding you down. I'm holding you down. I am holding you down. Oh, it is really, really good to rediscover music, with you watching. I'm grateful for this time together. Thank you again for your patience with me as I figure out how to play instruments that I've literally been playing for years. I hope that everybody is doing well. Like I said earlier, my son has a fever, Beckett. We're checking on him and we're making sure that this is not developing into anything else. We're hoping that it's just a mild case of allergies or something like that, but we'll keep you posted. But if you could lift us up in some prayer around that and some good thoughts, that would be really helpful. In the meantime, thanks again for joining today, and I'll be back tomorrow at around 2 for another edition of Shelter Radio. Until then, I'm so grateful for the chance to be here with you, and I'm thinking about you, and I miss you, and I'm looking forward to the time when we can gather together face to face again. Stay safe, stay healthy.